Brother, let me hit you with something that might sting. Social media is neutering men, not physically, but spiritually, emotionally, psychologically. It's stripping away your drive, dulling your edge, and replacing your natural masculine hunger with cheap dopamine hits. And if you don't wake up to it, you'll look back one day and realize that the man you could have been, he never showed up because you traded him for scrolling, for likes, and empty validation. Hey man, I'm Kyle. I'm a master NLP practitioner and a master success coach for men who are tired of living under the weight of their limitations and ready to start leading from grounded masculinity. And just for you watching this, I have put free resources in the description below for you to get for yourself and to start making the change, as well as the opportunity for yourself to work with me. And when would now be a good time to do that? Drop a comment too, and let's get a conversation going. Today, we're going deep into something most men don't want to admit: how social media has become the silent killer of your focus, your confidence, and really your masculinity. And before I start, I just want to say that I make these videos for you. I don't care if I only get a few subscribers or a few likes, it doesn't really matter to me. The only thing I care about is that someone, somewhere, took away the information from the videos that helped them in some area of their life. If I help just one brother that's battling something quietly, I did my part. That's it. That's all I want. So, with that said, here is the trap that you don't see. So let's be real, brother. You're not dumb. You know scrolling your feed for hours isn't helping you. But here's the thing that you don't want to admit: it's not an accident that you're stuck there. These platforms are engineered and designed like a drug lab to hijack your attention and your brain. Every swipe, every like, every short clip, that's not harmless. That's a dopamine hit. And yeah, it feels good for a moment, just like fast food feels good while you're eating it. But what happens after? You feel sluggish, numb, empty, and hungry for more. That's what's happening to your brain. The more you consume, the more you crave. Until one day, you're not even chasing your goals anymore. You're chasing the next hit of stimulation. And here's the brutal truth most men never want to face: your brain is no longer wired for delayed gratification, it's wired for instant pleasure. And what happens to a man who can't delay gratification? He loses his edge, he loses his discipline, he loses his hunger for the hard, necessary work that actually makes him powerful. Think about it. You used to feel that fire, that hunger for something more. But now you don't even start because it feels easier to just scroll. To tell yourself, I'll get to it later, but later never comes. It's like sharpening a sword, but every time you swipe, the blade dulls a little more until one day you pick it up and realize it's just a blunt piece of metal. No edge, no bite, just dead weight. And here's the part that should terrify you. While you're busy swiping your life away, there's another man out there. He's the one who's actually doing the work, building his discipline, sharpening his edge. And when you cross paths with him, he'll get the opportunities. He'll earn the respect. He'll win the trust of the women you're only dreaming about because he's forged himself sharp while you've dulled yourself into weakness. That's what social media is doing to you if you're not awake and careful. It's not harmless entertainment, it's the slow death of your masculinity, one swipe at a time. Now, let's talk about another trap, and this one's even more dangerous: performance. Social media just doesn't distract you, it trains you to perform. Instead of living your life, you curate it. Instead of being the man in the arena, sweating, bleeding, fighting for something real, you're the man polishing his mask for likes. And you know it. That selfie that you retook 5 times, that clip you rehearsed before posting, that clever caption, it's not confidence, it's compensation. You're not expressing yourself, you're selling yourself piece by piece, filter by filter, highlight by highlight. And here's the part that stings: you're not just fooling others, you're fooling yourself. Every like, every comment, every, yeah, bro, you know, it feels good for about 10 seconds, but deep down it reinforces the same lie that's been eating you alive for years. The lie of who you are without the performance. You're not enough. So what do? You perform harder. You hide deeper. You fake more. And the more you do it, the more you lose touch with who you really are. You start forgetting what it feels like to be raw, real, and unpolished. Think about it. When was the last time you showed up in your life without an audience? When's the last time you felt something and didn't rush to capture it, post it, or package it for validation? Brother, this isn't just a social media problem. This is a soul problem because you're trading real influence, the kind that comes from how you live, how you lead, how you impact the people around you, for the illusion of influence, for a follower count, a view count, digital applause that disappears the second you put your phone down. You're trading real intimacy where someone actually knows you, feels you, and trusts you for digital validation, where the only thing people know about you is the version you've edited for them. And here's the kicker: the more you perform, the more you forget how to connect. The more you curate, the more you forget how to just be. And before you know it, you wake up one day and realize you've built a brand, but you've lost yourself. Let me bring this home for you. The feminine feels it. She feels when you're not there. She feels when your body's in the room, but your soul is locked inside of a screen. She doesn't trust a man who's glued to his phone all day. Why? Because if your attention can be stolen by strangers, clips, and pixels, how can she trust you to guard her heart? She doesn't feel safe with a man whose eyes are always chasing validation. If your worth is hanging on likes and comments, she knows you'll bend for approval anywhere else too. And if you sell yourself online, what's stopping you from selling out in life? She doesn't open up to a man who's distracted, scattered, and addicted. The feminine only blooms in the presence of grounded energy, your grounded masculine energy. But when your presence is fractured, she feels it instantly. Her body tightens, her trust fades, her walls rise. Because here's the truth: if your attention is split, your presence is gone. And if your presence is the currency of masculine power, without presence, you're not a protector. Without presence, you're not a leader. Without presence, you're not the man she can fully let go around. You're just another boy in a man's body, scrolling his life away while wondering why his woman doesn't look at him the same way she used to. And here's the fallout: she starts pulling away emotionally. She starts looking elsewhere for depth. She starts to believe she has to hold the masculine role herself because you've abandoned it to the algorithm. Brother, let that sink in. The more you give your presence to the screen, the less she can give her presence to you. And if you don't reclaim it, eventually she'll stop trying. Not because she doesn't love you, but because she can't feel you anymore. And you can dislike me for saying this and calling you out, but I promise you, if you think I'm lying, just keep doing it and wait to find out for yourself. Because you will find out, but you'll find out the hard way and a little too late that I'm right. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for her. I'm telling you this because I have seen this too many times in the recent years. Just look around the restaurant the next time you're out and you'll see it. You can't not see it. And it's really sad, honestly. Couples sitting right across from each other, yet they're miles apart. Now, zoom out for a second. This isn't just about you. This is about what happens when an entire generation of men gets addicted to screens. What do you see? Less drive, less risk taking, less brotherhood, less leadership. Instead of sharpening themselves on challenge, men are numbing themselves with pixels. Instead of building legacies, they're building highlight reels. Instead of facing their shadows, they're escaping into digital illusions. And the result, you end up with a society full of passive men, men who are easier to control, easier to sell to, and easier to manipulate. History is full of warnings about this. Rome didn't fall because enemies were charging the gates. It fell because its men rotted from within. Bread and circuses, free food, and endless entertainment kept the masses distracted while their empire crumbled. And brother, tell me this doesn't sound familiar. Only now it's not gladiator games and indulgence. It's algorithms, it's endless scrolling, it's porn on demand, it's dopamine drips so constant you don't even realize your spirit is being neutered. Think about it. When men lose their edge, who steps up to lead? When men stop protecting, who suffers first? When men trade their hunger for comfort, what happens to nations, families, and relationships? We're watching it in real time. A world full of distracted men with no backbone. And the people pulling the strings know it. Because a man glued to his screen isn't leading, he isn't building, he isn't challenging the system. He's just another consumer, docile, dependent, and disposable. That's the cost of cultural neutering. Not just your relationship, not just your purpose, but entire generations were raised without strong, present, grounded men. I want you to stop and think about the cost of this, not in theory, not in someday, but right now. How many hours have you already wasted on nothing? Hours that could have been used to build your body, sharpen your mind, or deepen your relationships, instead, gone to swipes, reels, and endless noise. How many opportunities have already slipped through your fingers because you were busy scrolling instead of building? That business idea that never got traction, that certification that you never finished, that conversation that could have opened a door, but you were too distracted to even notice. And how many times has your woman looked at you, hoping for your presence while you were staring at your phone? She's not just annoyed, she feels abandoned. She feels second to the screen. She feels the quiet message, "You're not as important to me as this feed." And every time you do it, even even if she doesn't say a word, you're eroding her trust in you. But brother, this isn't just about wasted time. You're not just losing hours, you're losing your edge. The sharpness that comes from discipline, focus, and purpose. You're losing your woman's trust. She may still be there physically, but emotionally, she's drifting. And when a woman feels unseen long enough, she stops reaching out for you. You're losing your children's respect. They see your phone in your hand more than they see your eyes on them. And what do they learn? That distraction is normal, that numbing out is how a man lives, that presence isn't required. And most dangerous of all, you're losing yourself, your sense of identity, your sense of mission, your sense of being a man who matters. Because here's the truth, numbness feels safe, but it's deadly. Numbness doesn't protect you, it erases you. It steals your drive. It steals your intimacy. It steals the only thing a man can never get back, and that's his time. And if you stay numb long enough, you wake up one day realizing that your life isn't even yours anymore. It was traded away in tiny, mindless moments until they're just gone and nothing is left but regret. So, how do you take it back? How do you reclaim the edge you've been giving away one scroll at a time? First, stop lying to yourself. Be honest. Admit the grip that it has on you. Stop saying, it's just how I unwind, or I don't use it that much. You do, and it's costing you. The first step out of any trap is admitting you're caught. Second, rewire your nervous system. Right now, your brain is hooked on quick hits of dopamine. You've trained yourself to chase the easy reward. That's why real life feels boring compared to the scroll, but you can flip it. Start small. Take cold showers and remind your body what real intensity feels like. Practice breath work and give yourself a way to reset when you're triggered. Sit in stillness for 5 minutes. Instead of reaching for your phone, train yourself to feel instead of flee. Third, create before you consume. This has to be a non negotiable. Every morning, before you scroll, create. Write a page in a journal. Build something. Move your body. Speak your vision out loud. Do something that deposits energy into your life before you let social media drain it out of you. Otherwise, you'll start the day behind, and the algorithm owns you before you even have a chance to live your life. And most importantly, start living a life that doesn't need an audience. This is probably the hardest pill to swallow because deep down, you've been performing even when you post authentically. You want the likes, you want the validation, you want the look like a man who has it together, but a real man doesn't need an audience. He doesn't need applause. He doesn't need hearts and shares to know his worth. Live for your values. Live for your mission. Live for the man in the mirror, not the followers on a screen. Because when you do that, something powerful happens. Your woman feels your presence again. Your kids see your example. Your brothers respect you. And most importantly, you respect yourself. That's the way back. And it's not easy, but easy never built a man worth following. Here's the truth: social media isn't the enemy, your unconscious habits are. But if you don't wake up, if you don't reclaim your presence, you're going to wake up one day and realize you've been neutered, not by nature, not by fate, but by your own choices. The world doesn't need more distracted dopamine chasing boys. It needs grounded men who can lead, men like you. So ask yourself, which one are you becoming? If this landed with you, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment and share with a fellow brother that might need to hear this. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified whenever I release a new video. I also have free resources below that will help you start rebuilding from the inside out. Tools that work, built for men like you. And if you are interested in making a real lasting change for yourself, I work with men just like you in a private one-on-one container. The application to work with me is in the description, and just know I don't work with everyone. I only work with men who are bold, willing, and seeking. And if you're still here watching this, that's you. So hit subscribe for yourself, grab the tools, and reach out. Give me a follow too on social media, links are in the description. Remember, you're not broken, you are becoming. I'll see you on the next video. Stay strong, brother.